We're here mid-ride and we're here to think about what to consider as your first watch. Let's talk about it.
Hey guys, good morning and welcome to a brand new year. We on our first ride of this year. Okay, so welcome to Deployant. And so Peter, maybe you could share a little bit more with us what we are going to do on this episode.
Yeah, thank you very much for the year. We've had a really good year this last 2024, and thank you for your support and all your encouragement that you've given us on this YouTube channel, on our website, and on our events that we have been running throughout the year. Last year was a fantastic year. It was really good for us. The best year yet for Deployant, and we're planning for even more things for you this year.
So thank you everyone. Thanks to our supporters and thanks to even some of our collaborators, people we collaborated with and things like that. Yes.
Yeah. And for this year, we've got a lot of things planned. We will start with the first quarter, of course, and the first quarter is actually anchored by Watches and Wonders. We start on 1st of April.
Wow. April Fool?
On April Fool's Day, on the Tuesday as usual, we will be covering the event as per normal. We will cover it with articles, live articles. We will cover it with Instagram Reels, and we will cover it with longer form YouTube videos like this, which we will possibly need some time to process and release after the Watches and Wonders are over. But during the show, there will be Reels to watch out for. There will be Instagram stories and direct articles. But also, before we come to Watches and Wonders, we have a number of events that are being planned. We already have confirmed a Grand Seiko event on the 24th of January.
Exactly.
And we have a Piaget event on the 16th of February. Yeah. And we will have other events around this area as well. Right now, in fact, in January next week, I think LVMH Watch Week is going on.
Yep.
In the US. We are not attending the show directly, but we'll be attending the Singapore version in Singapore, and we will bring you news directly from there.
Yes, so we'll be expecting people like Zenith that will be having new watches, Tag Heuer, yeah, Hublot, yeah, and then
Hublot, Louis Vuitton,
yeah.
Bulgari, and the sub-brands for Louis Vuitton, which is Denoroff and Jarizonta, as part of the La Fabrique du Temps.
Okay, then now let's so that will be what's available for this year, and then up to the next topic, I think we will be sharing a little bit more about what we have mentioned to you as a first-time collector, right?
Yeah. So as a first-time collector, I guess you're closer to it than I am. What are the things that you look for, and what advice would you give to people who are starting out in the collection?
I think it's mainly three main criteria that we'll be looking for. Okay, first, of course, is the price. We think that it is something that you should be able to comfortably afford. Nothing that you need to stretch out for many months of installment. I think that would be the most important.
Don't buy in credit. That's my advice.
Exactly, right? Buy within your means. So that's number one. Number two, it's what's your job? So depends on what you do, right? For me, as an individual working in the front office of a bank, I try not to wear too flashy watches, right? I'm not gonna wear like a gold Rolex or maybe a Richard Mille to my client meeting.
But it has to be flashy enough to establish a certain class.
Yeah, so maybe a stainless steel watch would be something that would be interesting. Something that I'm wearing now, my Black Bay chronograph, okay, from Tudor, coincidentally.
By the way, we're not sponsored by Tudor. We just happen that we have the kit from Tudor, and Stanley is wearing it.
Yeah, and then so the final point, I think is basically what are the complications that you're looking for, right? So some people just want a time only, a time and date, or maybe a chronograph, and of course the aesthetics. So aesthetics and the form and function of the watch would be something that you have to put in consideration too as a first watch. Now, as a choice first watch, usually within my pay grade, I feel will be something like a Black Bay 54 or the Black Bay chronograph. Okay. Alternatively, if you want something a little bit different, not that because he's wearing a Breitling, okay, but you could go for a Breitling Super Ocean or something like that.
Or maybe Endurance 24.
Yeah, maybe.
Again, not sponsored by Breitling.
Yes, okay. And so those are something that I feel would be comfortable.
What do you think about the more entry-level watches like the Tissot PRX, Seiko's, Citizen watches?
I think you know, when I really first started out, my first watch with my first paycheck was Seiko SARB065, which is the cocktail time. Okay, and that's a JDM model. It's something that I really enjoyed, which helped me grow with my journey.
Yep.
Okay. We'll talk about the collection journey on another episode, but maybe we'll talk a little bit more about the first watch. So those are very good, you know, price point and very good entry level watches that I really would recommend. So what do you recommend?
Incidentally, the first watch I ever bought with my own money is a Tag Heuer. Like in those days, Tag Heuer were aspirational watches. They're a bit less expensive than they are today. You know what? I think if I remember correctly, my first watch, okay, that's a long time ago, maybe 35 years ago, was $400, and it was a Tag Heuer. And then from there, I grew to the first mechanical watch that I bought with my own money again. Is a Girard-Perregaux. So those are good starting points. Girard-Perregaux now has become a little bit expensive to be a first watch. But I think the choices mentioned by Stanley is are good options to consider. Bell & Ross is another good option because they also have got good watches at this kind of price range. Well made, well designed, beautifully made. Breitling, Tudor, Omega also have got interesting watches. And if you are somehow have some connections and manage to be able to swing it, I think the Rolex Oyster Perpetual is a good choice.
That's a little bit of a good choice, yes. A bit expensive, but yes, good choice.
Yeah.
I think Grand Seiko would be something that's very interesting if you are into something with a lot of stories, like the Zaratsu polishing, you know, with a nice spring drive movement, or maybe a high beam movement. I think those are something that are very simple, very beautiful, and very classy.
Another consideration which came out last year is the Citizen Mechanical Series. Series 8 is quite an interesting collection with many options to choose from in many kinds of aesthetics. And also, of course, if you are traveling a lot in your job, maybe a GPS kind of watch by either Seiko brand or Citizen, which synchronizes with wherever you are in the world by using GPS signals, could be an interesting option as well.
I like my mechanical watches a little bit more, so that's going to be out. So it's up to you to choose what you are looking for in your watch collection. Yeah, so then that will conclude the collection series. Okay.
We'll continue the following episode with the next step in the collection journey.
Yeah, and then the next thing that we like to do is that we like to invite you for the Deployant Ride on every Saturday at 8 a.m. So maybe Peter could share a little bit more.
Yeah, we do this ride almost every Saturday when the weather is good. We start off somewhere in the middle of town if you're in Singapore, usually from Wheelock Place or from one of the car dealerships in Leng Kee, depending on which direction we're going.
Depending on which car that we like that day.
The ride is usually quite relaxed, very chill, quite short. We do maybe 30 kilometers at the most for the ride. It takes the morning. We are back usually for lunch on Saturday, but in the middle of a ride, we have a very important coffee session where we talk watches.
Yeah, exactly. So we talk shop during that time. I think something that you know, a lot of watch collectors should join us, and we can get together.
Yep.
And perhaps even wear your watch while cycling, right?
Right.
Yes.
Let's talk about what we're wearing today.
Yes.
And our bikes. Let's start with you, Stanley.
Yeah, so I'm a full kit. You know, my Tudor jersey, my Tudor beat, right? And even the socks as well. So this is not sponsored by Tudor, but thank you to my good buddy, Constant from Revolution, who gave me his kit. Yeah. Then you, Peter?
Well, I have the Breitling kit, and this is made by Q36.5, which is actually a really good kit manufacturer. This is the older Breitling kit in yellow and blue. I have the Breitling gloves as well. But I'm also wearing the Tudor socks. This is the older one by Kiori. I have the same kit as Stanley as well, but I also have another set which is given by Tudor, which is made by ASOS, which is the current edition. But as we said many times already, as we said, this episode is not sponsored, not by Tudor, not by Breitling, or by the bike manufacturers. Although we'd be open if Tudor or Breitling were willing to give us kits so that we can wear during episodes like this.
Yes.
You want to talk about your bike?
This is the Obeya Oka or OMR bike frame, okay, with the Shimano 105 mechanical group set, okay. Everything is virtually stock on this bike, okay.
Full carbon frame, right?
Definitely a full carbon frame, yeah. So, and it's in a very flashy orange.
And you've got a very nice 3D printed saddle.
Yes, something from Taobao, yeah. So it could be something that's affordable, right? It's just like watch collecting. It doesn't need to be expensive, but it just works. Okay, so Peter is on the other end of the spectrum. So Peter, what are you riding?
Well, it's a Louis Vuitton brand. It's Pinarello and it's made in Italy. Actually, it's made in China, but it's designed in Italy. This is the Dogma F10, which is quite a well, now it's 6 years old. I've been riding this for 6 years, and I have it outfitted with the Fulcrum carbon wheels and Shimano Durais.
Which
Which is also
speed?
mechanical.
11 speed?
11 speed Durais. This is the older generation because it's already almost 6 years old. I've already put like 56,000 kilometers on this bike.
That's insane, right? It's almost as many miles as an individual would have for their car.
Well, on some years the bike actually takes travel more mileage than my car.
That's very interesting. Okay, so we look forward to hearing from you. So please like, follow, and comment. Okay,
And tell us that you want to join us for the rides. Message us using the comment section below.
Okay, great. So we look forward to seeing you in our future rides. Cheers, guys.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.